Hello everyone and welcome to my Starseed Origins reading. I am Hannah from Spiritualtarot and I decided to do this mini series for the different Starseed groups as a way to gain more insight into the origins of our souls from the different groups, as well as what our mission is while on Earth. So I focused on the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, Arcturus, Orion, and Lyrans. So if you resonate with any of these starseed groups, please continue watching these videos. Hopefully you'll gain some insight into who you are and what your mission is while you're here on Earth. And just kind of some advice as far as self-care and how you can work with your energy as a starseed. So please, I hope you enjoy this. Let me know how you like this reading. And we are just going to dive right into the first group. So enjoy. So if you are a Pleiadian Starseed, then this reading is for you. Okay, let's see here. We have Earthworm, Guilt, Connect with Animals, Protection, and then we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Wow, that's so cool. This is a great reading for you guys. Okay, hi Pleiadian Starseeds. Welcome to your reading. I already love this pull for you guys. Okay, I am also a Pleiadian Starseed. So I do feel a closeness to that constellation in my heart. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is I feel like a lot of Starseed videos just kind of talk about like your, attributes like physically and spiritually, but don't really dive in anymore. So that's not really what this is going to be about. This is just a reading kind of about who you were when your soul was a Pleiadian, and you still are, even though you're incarnated as a human, and what your purpose was in those lives, but also how it connects to now. So right away, the first thing I'm seeing is a huge connection to the earth. And I really feel that, Pleiadians have a very gentle energy, and their mission here, from what I'm seeing, your mission is really to heal the earth, to heal not only yourself and the people around you, but actually the physical Mother Earth, and to do that by connecting, to the planet, to the planet's creatures, to plants, to animals, and to just really share that super high vibe energy that you've been given from being a Pleiadian, and sharing that with the world. This, Pleiadian energy is super, super, super healing. And if you have Pleiadian guides, that is kind of what they are helping you with, is with healing the heart chakra, learning about love, learning about light, and using that to manifest and to kind of pull the earth upwards into the next dimension, the next frequency, and to kind of just really be part of that high vibe tribe. So let's take a look at that. Everything that I'm seeing right here has to do with earth, and with kind of transmuting the energy, the kind of like lower negative energy, into higher energy, right? So starting with the tarot, I really asked them, the tarot cards, what was your role as a Pleiadian, and who were you, and who was your star family? So we got two court cards here. So to me, Pleiadians really have this energy of, royalty, of like kind of like being leaders. And I'm not saying that in like I don't know what the Pleiadian community system is like. I know that they are 5D and 9-dimensional beings, so they're kind of above like a system, like a traditional system and community. But they, to me, I feel like all Pleiadians have this kind of regal energy to them, because they know who they are, they know their mission, they know that they are, you know, spiritual beings, and that is kind of that energy of, you know, someone who knows their true worth and knows how important they are, and that's a very queen-like energy. So I think that's really why we're seeing both the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, and there's really a marriage here between, you know, understanding your connection to the physical world that you live in, but also the emotional world, how tightly they're interconnected. You know, so living in alignment with your planet, with, you know, your star, and with your community, your family around you. So to me, like, if you had past lives as a Pleiadian, you were kind of living in this state of, you know, just true balance and harmony with the world around you. So that's really what I'm seeing. And I feel like, you know, I'm getting very kind of maternal vibes, and just really kind of being, you know, that caretaker for the world around you, and, you know, really being in tune with not only other people and your community and your family, but also with the earth as a whole. The Five of Pentacles, I'm seeing in a couple different ways. To me, I'm seeing this as, you know, Pleiadians have a different frequency from the standpoint as there's no need for material wealth because they have manifestation. So money is not a thing there, and you actually may be experiencing some financial difficulties because that's not an energy that you're naturally in alignment with. Another thing this could be has to do with healing. The Five of Pentacles sometimes has to do with either being physically unwell or, you know, financially not having what you need. And so I can kind of see this showing up in a couple different ways. I think for some of you guys, you just don't feel a connection to money and to wealth, and you don't naturally feel greed, you don't naturally feel money hungry, and that really is because as a starseed, you just, you know, you're a Pleiadian and you just never needed to have money before, and so you don't really understand why it's something that people would kill each other for or would hurt each other for. It just doesn't resonate with you, and you almost would rather be, you know, like not have those material possessions, not have, you know, the wealth and riches, because you know that that's not, you know, where true happiness comes from. You know that the secret to being spiritually wealthy is, you know, giving and being of service and helping and healing people. And you may actually have been a healer and a caregiver as a Pleiadian, and that's why you feel that way now. And, you know, like I said, some of you also, maybe you are dealing with physical ailments now, and that could be a couple of different things. It could be a way that your soul is teaching you about how to become a healer because you're experiencing pain and loss now. And, you know, the reasons we come to Earth, they're never easy. But the trials that we go through now, they are a soul contract that we agreed to. And that may have been part of your soul contract to experience loss or experience some kind of physical pain, so that you could become a better healer and help heal others, help heal the earth, with your, you know, Pleiadian gifts, once you leave this realm. So there's a lot here. I do feel like being a healer, being a caretaker is a huge part of it. That's what you were in the past. That's what you are now. And I think that having that connection to Earth, you can really use the Earth and the planet to heal yourself, to heal others, but also in turn give that healing energy back to Mother Earth and try to help heal her. So going along with that, we see that the crystal that you were connected to, or that you can use to connect to your Pleiadian energy, is black tourmaline. I find that super interesting because Pleiades is typically understood to be a very higher chakra, you know, kind of a vibe energy. You know, they're really crown chakra kind of energies, but you still need to be protected, and I think that that's super important. If you are naturally empathic, if you are a natural healer, you and Pleiadians especially are extremely prone to being preyed on by energy vampires. They're you know, if you're giving out such a bright light and you're in alignment with yourself, if you're healing yourself and others, you will naturally attract darker energies to you. And you can watch other videos about Pleiadian Starseeds, and a lot of what people say is that Pleiadians are more likely to be hurt and enslaved by other groups of beings because their energy is so light. And if you don't know the kind of powerful energy that you carry, you are much more likely to be preyed upon. So black tourmaline and other dark stones are extremely useful for that. They will help remove any negativity. If you need to cut cords from, you know, visible and invisible forces, like maybe you just feel your energy is always drained, maybe you feel, you know, blocked in some ways, black tourmaline will help really. I just keep thinking the word transmute. So to me, that really just means like you need to be in a constant process of change, of physical, spiritual, energetic change. You need to be transmuting. So don't hold too much energy inside yourself. Don't push too much energy out. You need to be constantly flowing and having that energy coming in and out. And you know, black stones that are helping to clear you out are always going to be good to help clear your aura. So that's what I'm seeing here. Another way to help clear, protect, and cleanse your aura is a connection to animals. Animals are really useful in helping you kind of figure out if someone has a good or bad energy, what their true intentions are. If you have a dog or a cat, they will instantly know, you know, if a person is a threat. So if you have trouble kind of figuring that out for yourself, I would say definitely making connections with animals will help you. I think you naturally may be drawn to animals. They really love your kind and, you know, ambivalent energy that you give off. They will help you connect to, you know, your Pleiadian guides. They will help you connect to your empathic abilities. They will help you, you know, be more telepathic. You might be able to you know, speak to your animals in your mind. You have an extremely close connection. If you do already have animals, I think you could definitely be the kind of person that has an extremely close connection to them. Okay, so animals, I think that that's beautiful. I think that they just teach us so much about love and care and giving, and I just really, really love that they came up for you guys because I think that that's so important. Okay, so for the chakra card, we have guilt, and this is part of the sacral chakra. So for some of you guys that are out of alignment, I really think that you need to look at your second chakra, which is the orange one, that's the sacral chakra, and really look at the guilt that you might be carrying around with you, because that may be the source of maybe the types of things that you are feeling that are hurting your energy. We can interpret this in so many ways. I think a lot of people who, especially our Pleiadians, but also empaths, you know, just spiritual people in general, we tend to just focus all of our attention to the upper chakras and kind of ignore or take for granted our lower chakras. And I think that that's why the first and second chakra have really come up for us here, as well as we have references to Earth, which are part of, you know, the lower chakras as well. when we try to kind of raise our vibrations, open our third eye, you know, immerse ourselves in purples and blues, we can kind of unintentionally create an aversion to the earthly things, to actually, you know, the darker chakras, the darker colors, the root chakra. And what ends up happening is we create financial instability. We create, you know, problems with our sacral chakra and not feeling comfortable, you know, in intimate relationships. We can create illness because we just kind of want to be out of our bodies. And, you know, as starseeds, if we don't feel a connection to the earth necessarily, you know, we know we're from somewhere else, it's very easy to kind of just continuously shrink and shrink and shrink our lower chakras because we just don't feel a connection to the earth and we don't feel grounded. So this advice is telling you to get grounded. You know, you decided to incarnate here for a reason, and even if it's uncomfortable, maybe being in your body isn't comfortable, you know, like there's so many reasons why that could be. Maybe you just, you know, if you're kind of feeling a little bit out of alignment, or if you're sick, or if you're going through like, you know, different trials and tribulations, that really will get you to be super imbalanced, because you will use your upper chakras as like a form of escapism while your lower chakras will continue to like shrink up and you'll just be ungrounded essentially. With the second chakra, this idea of guilt, I think it could come from multiple different avenues. So just kind of whatever feels like it might resonate with you, like just take what works and just put everything back, because this is a general reading, so you know this isn't going to be for everybody. But you know, there could be so many reasons why, you know, your sacral chakra could be out of alignment. To me, I see her halo on her head. That's what's coming forward to me, and I just see this as someone who really wants to do everything they can to help others, and then maybe, you know, doesn't help themselves. Maybe, and look, she has a chain around her arm, so she's feeling trapped. She's feeling, you know, like maybe enslaved. Maybe she's, you know, in a relationship, or, you know, she's with someone who, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, who is taking advantage of their giving energy, right? Is, you know, maybe they feel like they need to take care of someone. Perhaps this Five of Pentacles is someone that you're actually taking care of. It's not you, and you feel responsible for them. You're empathic, so you know what they're going through, and they're just sapping up all of your energy. And you feel like you're, you know, helping them out of guilt or fear, but not out of, you know, a place of love. So that's one huge thing to remember as a natural healer, that your healing ability will dissipate if it's not coming from a place of love. So if you're working from a place of guilt, you can't give anymore if you have nothing to give, right? So if you have sapped up all of your energy and you're really trying to give more than you can, you need to go back and remember that, you know, no one is going to benefit if you aren't taking care of yourself. You need to kind of protect yourself, get back to nature, take care of yourself first, and then, you know, offer your healing gifts and healing energy to the world when you are back in alignment, when you're grounded again. You can't do that if, you know, you feel all of your energy is being sapped up. Okay, and lastly, we have Earthworm. I really love this card because, you know, the little Earthworm doesn't really get much credit, but they are really powerful beings. First of all, they do have the ability to heal themselves. They are amazing at, they're really like Mother Earth's #1 soldier, like on the front lines. They are essentially what makes the soil healthy, and they're like the ultimate transmuter, right? What we're talking about, taking like literal dirt and, you know, anything like leaves, just basically dead things, and turn them into like amazing life-giving things. Okay, so Earthworm is really the ultimate earth healer. Like I said, Earthworm works to take something that is decaying and dead and, you know, turn it into something that can, you know, nourish the earth, nourish the plants that are still alive, nourish the animals that will eat those plants. So it is a very powerful teacher about, you know, us being humble workers, us being humble healers, and that no task is too small. I really feel like if you're feeling maybe guilty about not doing enough, not doing enough for others, not doing enough for the planet, something as small as taking care of an animal who, you know, maybe needs a home, fostering an animal, just even just planting plants, or recycling, committing to one small thing to kind of help heal the earth, I think is enough. And you shouldn't feel guilty about not doing, you know, the most, but really just live every day in a way that brings you closer into alignment with the earth and with who you are as a Pleiadian soul. So Pleiadians, that is your reading. I hope that you gained some insight about who you were as a starseed and what your mission is here. Okay, and we're going to move on to the next group.